Good morning, planner friends. Today's video is going to be about my 2023 setup in my Hobonichi weeks. I have really enjoyed using my 2022. You'll hear my granddaughter playing in the background. I've really enjoyed using my 2022 Hobonichi weeks. I started out not knowing how I was going to use this planner. I just knew that I wanted to use one. I think that a lot of us purchase things because everything looks so good on the internet. I didn't use this. I wasn't sure how I would use it. I am going to use it in 2023, but I never used this tracker. I started mine in February. I have a couple of really great planner friends that introduced me to the weeks, and I bought it mid-January, I believe, and set it up and started it in February. Never really used the calendars that well in the beginning, but then as we get further into the last few months, I really started using it a lot more. And going into November, I'll use it even more. I started using the clean dot markers to kind of track schedules and things like that. Going into November, like I said, I'll use it a lot more. And then in December, I'll use it. I really like these little monthly kits that I've put in. They're not necessarily meant for this planner. In 2023, I will use ones that are meant for the Hobonichi weeks. But it's just been a really fun planner for me to play around with and figure out exactly how I want to use it. I kind of figured things out in late August, early September on the right page, how I want to use it. I'm tracking the weather on a regular basis in it, and I'm tracking my mental health better. So that feels really good to me. On the left-hand side, I usually track my mental health. Right-hand side, I track the weather. I think it'll be really cool. The reason why I do a lot of planners is my dad has Alzheimer's, and he's been in a nursing home for about 5 years. And I really want my kids to be able to look back on how I documented our memories. So if someday my memory is not good, they'll be able to look back and see how I was feeling on certain days. Just that sort of thing. We all have different reasons why we plan, and for me, it's more memory keeping. But I also, what I went ahead and did in my 2022 is I went in and I set up the rest of the year so that I could see how many kits I actually really need to purchase for 2023. And I may not even use a lot of kits in 2023. Some friends and I have been talking about maybe just minimizing things a little bit. I don't know if I can do that. I really like seeing how things bulk up in my planner. I really like having a very well-used planner. I like the chunkiness of this. But we'll see. We'll see going into 2023 what I decide. But I just wanted to give you a little glimpse into my 2022. And so this is a regular weeks. And like I said, 2022 was my first year to ever use a weeks. What I chose to do, actually, let me put this clip back in here. So what I do is 2 months ahead, I put in this dashboard, or I think I'm not sure if it's called a dashboard, but that's what I call it. I put this in, and this marks off 2 months ahead. And then I just put this clip in to make sure that I know what month I'm currently in. Oops, which is not September. it is October, if you can believe that. So in 2023, what I'm doing is I'm using a Mega. This Filofax was gifted to me by my friend Stacy. On the zipper, I have a charm from Happy Scrappy. It's the book charm, and I love that. What I want to do for 2023 is I want this to be my everyday carry. It's going to be my schedule. It's going to be my brain dump. It's going to be my notes on the go. So I had looked to see if anyone had one of these Saffianos for sale, and my friend Stacy and I traded a bunch of planner stuff for this Saffiano, and she's also sending me a black one. So what I did was, I'll take it out of here. What I did was, I don't want to put a jelly cover on this. All I'm doing is covering it with vinyls. So I have a bunch of Happy Scrappy ones on the back and starting on the inside. And these are all vinyls that I got off of Amazon. It's all book vinyls. And I love the way this looks, inside and outside. So going into it, I have some little notes here, and I'll keep these here. These are from Happy Scrappy, just to jot some notes down, and then I can either transfer them into the notes in the back, or like this right here is some ideas for my setup in the back. We're going to be selling our house within the next year or two, and I want to set up an area that is things that need to be done to our current house in order to get it sold, so we can buy a bigger home. So that is the list of items that I want to put back there. This is a vinyl from my friend Stacy. What I did here was all I did was highlight the months. I know some people cover this up and they use like one of those big stickers from Shine Sticker Studio, or many other shops have them also, but I just wanted to highlight the months. And then I put this piece of acetate in here and I just taped it in with Scotch tape. I have some Post-it notes from See Amy Draw and some different tabs. These I'll use to cover up each month as it passes. So I have a few in here. These are Happy Scrappy tabs. So that's just what that is. What I decided to do here is use this as a mood tracker. I'm gonna use my, my Clean Dot markers to track my mental health in here. So all I did was write in January, February, March, and so forth in there. And then my monthly calendars, I have not set up these at all, which I will. These tiny little tabs are from a printables only shop on Etsy. The shop is Plan for Happy. I don't believe she has these tabs in her shop anymore, but I like how tiny they are and how low profile they are. So then going into here, so what I've done to set up my back pages so far is I have started an index, and I think what I will probably end up doing is covering this up with a full page index sticker. I know some shops have them. I'm not sure what shops do have them, but I've seen them before. And I think what I'll do is I'll end up covering this up because this isn't how I want this to look. But I just jotted some things down for now and then I'll cover it up later. But it shows, so the back pages in a Mega are numbered, if you didn't already know that. I didn't know that when I purchased it, but it has these tiny little numbers on each page. And so what I've done is I have added what page number all these different little things are. And eventually I'll put top and bottom tabs in these back pages. But for now, I'm just leaving it as it is. So my first is a bucket list. I kind of did a little bullet journal style bucket list. And there's a bunch of ideas on here. So I put what the item is that I want to accomplish for 2023 and then the month that I accomplish it. So far I have on here, I want to learn how to quilt and I want to learn how to make my own leather planner covers. I have a little bit of knowledge on how to use a sewing machine and I really want to further that knowledge. So those are a couple of things that I really want to do. And then this is an Annie Plans printable. This is one of her book printables. If you go onto Annie's website, she breaks it down by ring planners, notebook planners. And so I went into the notebook section and she has Hobonichi wide and she has Hobonichi inserts. And I just downloaded the regular Hobonichi and this is her book insert. And you're able to put the title of the book, the author, the day you started and the day you ended, and then you can do a little review. I will do that in here. And then I will also transfer a lot of that information into a books planner that I made. There is a video on how I made this planner in my YouTube. It should be just under this video that I'm going to be posting right after I make this. If you wanted to see how I made mine, I made mine with a lot of help from Ellie's Corner. She has a wonderful, wonderful video on how to set up a book planner. But back to my 2023. So I added in 3 pages for books. I think that gives me enough space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That gives me enough space for 30 books. I should be good with 30 books. My goal for 2022 was 25 books. My goal for 2023 is going to be 30 books, and I will write in there, I will write on here, my goal is 30 books. And then going further, so included in this insert is this cute little bookshelf. So I added that in here. If I need more space, I'll be able to write those in here. And then this is IPR for 3 different shops, 3 different small shops, actually 4 shops. I do some tea for Healing Blooms Apothecary, and I do stickers for Bare Necessities, Happy Scrappy, and Plan with Pizzazz. So I just put in here what my PR codes are, and then I just have a Plan with Pizzazz business card in here. And so what that is sort of an introduction into, these are shop orders. So anything I place orders for, it doesn't have to be for the shops I PR for, but any shops that I place orders within, I'll write them down. And this is another Annie Plans printables insert that I printed on sticker paper and then I just inserted onto my pages. So it's whatever you've ordered, the amount you ordered, if it's shipped, and then if you received it. I like those. So I do have 4 pages of those. So that leaves me enough room for plenty of orders. I left 2 blank pages in case I fill these ones up. And then what I will do is, I saw a really great idea that I took a screenshot for. And what it is it's more of a horizontal layout. So if I do have more, if I do go through all of these order pages, then I will do sort of a little bit of a bullet journal setup for orders. And then on pages 15 and 16, I have my wish list. And this wish list is going to be for big ticket items. I run a small home daycare, and one of the things that I really want is I think it's a Wonderland wagon. They're about $800. And so I'll write that in here, what the cost is and when I purchased it. I don't use credit cards. My husband and I don't use credit cards. And so what I will do is I have a cash envelope system that is set up in this Kate Spade planner. So what I will do is, once I make up this wish list, I will add some more cash envelopes and add cash into those each week for some things that I'm saving for. I really want the wagon in the spring, so that will be the first cash envelope I set up, and I will do my best to save up for that. These pages 17 and 18, this is really just because I want to use a tracker. I do a lot of cleaning every single day, but this will be interesting for me to see how I can keep up with this. This is an idea that I saw on Pinterest. The woman who did it obviously had a lot of different things than I had, but I did add some of her things. I do always wash my comforter. Usually I wash it every week. But in the spring, I don't tend to wash it as much, the spring and summer. And I'd like to get on track with doing that more often. Washing the dog beds, deep clean our refrigerator, purge the freezer. What, baby?
Can you do it too?
What do you want me to do?
Can you
Kick, kick, kick? Oh, a foot high five. When I'm all done my video, I will do a foot high five with you. So just some things that I want to be better about doing. You know, wiping down the cabinets and vacuuming behind our furniture, those kinds of things. Then I have, oh, that's it. So that's all I have set up in my 2023 so far. I really want to be able to utilize a lot of this in the back. So we'll see. We'll see how that is going further into the year. If you have some ideas on things that you put into your back pages, I'd really love you to comment that in the back. Comment that, I'm sorry, in my comments, not in the back. If you could comment that in my comments, or even if you want to tag yourself, give me a link to your video showing me what your setup is. I'd love to see what other people are doing. This is just a taking out all the books. This is just a little jelly dashboard that I made myself. There's actually a video, I believe I posted a video about that. But if you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you could share my video with your planner friends, I'm really trying to increase who sees my videos. So if you could do that for me, I would greatly appreciate it, and I will most definitely subscribe back. So that is my 2023 setup. Thanks for watching.